After the huge success of the Mario movie, it has now been confirmed that a Legend of Zelda movie is in fact in the works. So why am I, Absurd Zelda Theories, talking about this? Well, the absurd bit is that it's a live action movie. Hey everyone, my name's Toby, I'm Absurd Zelda Theories, and I wasn't expecting to make another video again this year for this channel. I was just going to take a break until I was next playing Zelda and enjoying it and had some ideas about the lore, or until the next bit of news came, and news in the world of Zelda is pretty rare. It's a once every couple of years ordeal, so it wasn't likely I was going to upload anytime soon, but they have just announced that there's going to be a live action Zelda movie. It is in production. Are we excited or are we not? I'm feeling like maybe not. It's not like it's not the kind of thing I haven't thought about. I know there are fan castings out there, like dream fan castings online. Speaking of which, I'm a YouTuber, and so as a result, I mean, the FNAF movie had YouTubers in it, so if they can do it, Zelda surely can. I would like to put myself forward for the role of Link. Hey Zelda! Hey Zelda, I come to rescue you. Hello, Zelda. Zelda. Hello, Zelda. Ganondorf, I shall defeat you. How are we supposed to know what Link's gonna sound like? Because Link is mute through all of the games, even the games in which there are voice acting. Link is a mute character. He is, without a doubt, I think, the hardest bit to bring to screen. And I'm not saying it's impossible, and I'm not saying it's just a voice thing, but Link really is an avatar for the player, and while Link does have a name in some of the games, for many of the games, you insert your own name, and Link really is just a placeholder for you. It's kind of that thing of adapting a book to a movie. Like, the movie images can't always beat what your imagination would come up with, and I think the same is true here for a character like Link in The Legend of Zelda. Additionally, the world of The Legend of Zelda over the years has so clearly taken heavy inspiration from the world of Studio Ghibli, it seems odd to me that they're doing live action instead of animated. Now, that's not to say that a live action video game adaptation cannot work, right? Like, we've seen The Last of Us recently, which has just been like an absolutely spectacular success. But that's a series, not a movie. And I think with a game like The Legend of Zelda that spans all of these incredible locations and spans in some of the games many, many years of travel time, I really feel like a series would lend itself a bit better. I'm feeling a little bit like, ooh, is this going to be like an M. Night Shyamalan Avatar situation? And like, we just had the Mario movie, which was animated and beautiful. Like, I really thought it was a gorgeous film to look at. I also recently did watch the FNAF movie, and like, yeah, it was fine, it was okay. But I don't think there's a video game movie that I've really felt more than, other than like maybe the Mario one, where I've really felt more than, yeah, it's okay. Detective Pikachu, I'm a huge Pokemon fan. I wanted to see live action Pokemon for years and years and years. And sure, the Pokemon look great. They look very gritty and sometimes a little bit gross, but they look great. I had a want to see Pokemon in live action. I don't really have the same want for an Octorok or for Ganondorf. I just don't need it in my life. And the story of Detective Pikachu, which by the way, it's the same writer from Detective Pikachu working on this project, the same writer who also did The Rise of Skywalker and the most recent Jurassic Park films. The first one of those was okay, but there isn't really a film in that repertoire where I personally feel very, very excited about it, and I'm like, oh great, well this is the person you want writing the Zelda movie. I think I just shot down my chances of getting cast in the film. I'll play Tingle. I'll gain 20 pounds and play Tingle. I'm not going to say that the film is going to be bad. I can't know. I haven't seen the trailer and I haven't seen the film. And let's face it, they're going to slap the Legend of Zelda label on it. They will most likely do some kind of adaptation of Ocarina of Time / Breath of the Wild. These are the two Zelda games that the most people are familiar with. So I'd imagine an amalgamation of those two games, their stories. The hero lives in a small village, is summoned to meet the Deku Tree or an elder. They have a prophetic vision. They talk about an evil man, Ganondorf, who is also a monster, who is great evil from hundreds of years ago, and he's coming back. So our hero is going to have to search across the land, meeting up with the Gorons and the Zoras to get the spiritual stones, to come together and chat with the princess to take on this evil threat, right? Like, it's going to be that same set of story beats. I'm not saying it's going to be bad, I'm just saying if you want good Zelda storytelling, like, Majora's Mask exists. Speaking of which, I guarantee there'll be a Majora's Mask in the corner of one shot somewhere, and it'll be like the thumbnail for every Easter eggs video. Heck, I'll probably do one of them. And yes, I'm gonna watch it, because Legend of Zelda is slapped on there, and if there is a Legend of Zelda movie, I want to see it. There have also been many, 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 many bad live-action video game adaptations, most recently the Halo series, of which I only watched the first episode or two, and I did not hear good things about the rest of it. With the Sonic movies, they were okay, but again, they didn't take themselves too seriously, and Sonic is, this CGI creature throughout the majority of the film. And here you're handling something that I think is even more personal to people than Sonic. Sonic is a character, a well-defined character within the lore and world of the games. You're playing Sonic's story. I really feel through a lot of The Legend of Zelda, you are playing your own story. Also, when I looked at the producer they've got on board, Avi Arad, I don't know this producer, right? I don't know anything about him. I'm looking at the filmography for this guy as a producer. He seems to have his hand in literally every Spider-Man production and a bunch of the Marvel productions, some of which are really, really good. Others which, like Morbius, are not so good. And he's equally a producer on Across the Spider-Verse and Into the Spider-Verse as he is on Venom and Morbius. I have to wonder which one he had more of a hand in, because those two films were not made by the same people. I'm asserting that. I don't actually know that, but very different qualities of film. And I think maybe this guy is just attached to Spider-Man through Sony. Oh good, the last video game adaptation he was a producer on was Uncharted. Uncharted, IMDb, 6.3 out of 10. Yeah, and that's sort of what I'm expecting here for a Zelda movie. Something that, if we're lucky, at best will probably be good. It'll be okay. It'll have some nice references and in-jokes for the in-crowd, and largely it will just be the generic Zelda story to try and sell more Zelda games. But look, I might be totally wrong. This might be amazing. This might be a really exciting thing, and you might have a really strong idea for what a Zelda movie direction should be, so I'd love to hear your thoughts on that in the comments down below. Also, just a little bit of like housekeeping, as I haven't uploaded in a while. I did put out a community post about a couple of weeks ago, just sort of explaining that I'm wrapping up my Pokemon channel. I've been doing that for 9 years. That is finally taking a break. Will there be more Zelda videos? I certainly wasn't expecting to make more this year, but I just wanted to kind of talk about this because this is really interesting. I will be back with hopefully some absurd Zelda theories, and I'll talk a little bit about the movie as we learn more. We really don't have much to go off here, literally a producer and a writer. And these live action projects take years and years to produce, so like who even knows when this will be ready, and hopefully the first trailer come out and I'll be very, very excited to see it. I've been playing a lot of Link's Awakening recently as well. Just a side note, really enjoying Link's Awakening. Oh, can you imagine if they did Link's Awakening as a movie where he's stuck inside a dream? How cool would that be? There's no Zelda in that game. How are they going to do The Legend of Zelda if there's no Zelda in the game? If Pokemon was willing to do Detective Pikachu, Zelda should be willing to do Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land. Do it, you cowards! But yeah, that's probably it from this channel for the rest of the year. So I'll see you at some point in 2024, feeling a lot more refreshed and ready to talk Zelda when something new comes up, or when I just hit a new theory while I'm playing Link's Awakening or Wind Waker or something. Thank you, everyone. If you're interested in learning some absurd Zelda theories, you can click the links on screen, or of course, I will see you in the new year. So have an amazing rest of your year, and yeah, see you soon.